Mine's at home.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Talk slow.
And loud.
Paula's not here.
Oh,
Here we live? Okay. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Welcome everybody. Does everybody have an agenda? Alrighty, we'll get right into it then. I don't believe we have any minutes. We have one road encroachment from Chase Brady. It's between 4th and 5th Roads Northeast on 4th Lane, and it's to provide power to a pivot. Alan, the road superintendent, has reviewed it and signed it.
I'd move that we accept the road encroachment.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve the road encroachment for Chase Brady. Any further discussion? None appearing. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Merle Foreman Ag Covenant. Paul, would you take that one, please?
I will. So we're going to do this solely by description. This is about 8 miles east of Fairfield on the Fairfield Bench. Location is 8th Lane and 6th Road, northeast. The request is from Merle L. Foreman, and the request is to create an ag parcel, place an ag covenant on that parcel. It's 22 north to west, section 2. And it's a 184 acre parcel that would be getting the ag covenant on it. So on the
How many acres, Paul?
184,
Thank you.
yep. On the certificate of survey, it's tract 1 that they would place the ag covenant on. And that would then leave tract 2 as a remainder, and there is a home on that tract 2. And then if you see the square detail, says C detail, and then the squares off to the left there, that was a previous created parcel. You know, you can see by the plat number 330 it was done quite a while ago, and I think done as an occasional sale. So that parcel really does not impact this. It was already in place. So the idea here is that they're creating that ag parcel and then a 17 acre remainder with the home site. And they do have listed that the intent is to sell that to Spencer and Hillary Pearson. They have put their names on as the buyer of that.
Of tract 2?
Of tract 1.
Tract 1.
The ag parcel. And looking at an aerial photograph, it is quite clearly current use is agricultural. There's ditches, water delivery ditches running through it. So, and as far as the most up-to-date aerial photography, no other building on that ag parcel. So with that, if you have questions, I would answer them. Otherwise, I think that's it in a nutshell.
What's your pleasure, gentlemen?
I would move to accept the covenant for rural foreman.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve the ag covenant for Merle Foreman. Is there any further discussion? None appearing. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
So, if I could just give you a little bit, I mean, and I think we've had this discussion in the past. The one thing that concerns me a little bit about ag covenants is that this will be made of record and will be actually linked to the new 184 acre parcel, which is fine for like when it changes hands. That person who buys it should be put on notice that I can't build on this until I lift that ag covenant. However, there's getting to be enough of these. It's like if somebody builds on that and there's no way for the county to really enforce these until the property changes hands, and if it does and goes through a abstract company, they would probably note that, oh, there's a home site on this parcel that says it's an agricultural parcel, and then it's going to be potentially problematic. But there's really no other way. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'd have to hire a small army to go, okay, you keep track of these 8 ones over here, and you keep track of these 8 over here, and go out and check them on a monthly basis to see if anybody's building on them. So it's just something that could crop up, especially when we have 2 more on the agenda again for next meeting. So, but right now that is the way it's being used, as an agricultural parcel, so it's fine to do it that way.
All right, thank you for that.
Yep.
Next item is EMS budget resolution.
I would move to table that to our next meeting.
Second that.
Been moved and seconded to table the EMS budget resolution to the 29th of December meeting. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Power water project updates. I turn the floor over to Sarah
Hello.
Palmer.
Hello. I thought I'd give you a quick update, and I'm glad Ross is here since he's president of the Power, Water, and Sewer. I always get that wrong, president or chairman. They are in the process of obtaining water rights. We finally got everything through USDA Rural Development, and they have their award, so we can move forward with contracts with TSEP, RRGL, and CDBG. In order to draw down funds from CDBG, the contract has to be signed and all of that has to be done. And then there are specific conditions which need to be met because it is HUD funding that comes to the state and then is allocated from there. And part of these are the civil rights resolutions. Most counties already have them. I know you've had them before, but they just like to see them updated. So it's the Hatch Act resolution, EEO resolutions, and things of that sort that I believe are in your packet. If there are any questions or anything, they don't have to be voted on today. If there are questions or if you need anything further, I know that Paula wasn't here and she was kind of scrambling, and we were texting and calling back and forth. I didn't realize she was quarantined. So if there are any questions or anything, we can answer those, and then we'll get the contract signed as soon as as they have it sent, and this will just be needed before they can draw money down. We're just trying to be a little proactive where there's kind of a quiet little lull until they can really move forward with the bid process and contracting and things.
So, what effective date you want these?
Anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
It doesn't have to
2000.
be in 2020.
No, it doesn't have to be. There isn't a specific time frame. They just after you have applied, they like to see those revisited, and basically it's just an update of what you had done before. We had done very similar ones with the Teton Medical Center grant application. So we just went back through and updated those documents. So.
And the reason I ask is my time here is pretty limited.
How about the 29th?
Yeah. Which is why I said you didn't have to have them today. If you want whoever the new chairman will be to sign, we can update all of that.
That would, there would be a little more continuity.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
sure.
No quacking from the chairman.
Yeah, not a problem. And actually, I'll go back through and we can update. Joe, will you be chairman then?
We won't know that until we restructure
Yes.
the board in
Yes.
January.
Dick, will Joe be
Yes.
chairman? Okay.
Yeah.
We won't know that until the board restructures in January.
The anticipation is that Mr. Dellwo will probably be chairman.
Didn't
So-
you hear the train? I mean,
Yeah, so we can just go through and update those. So all that has to be done is signed and everything, and I'll get with Paula on that too, because I know she was kind of, oh my gosh, I got to get these done and kind of thing. From
It would be better if we waited so we have the numerical order and the right resolution numbers on the top of them. It would be better if we can wait.
sure, it's not a big deal.
So we'll
Alright.
put those on the agenda for meeting in January, Jim, if that's the chairman's desire.
Yes, I believe that's a good idea, because then it would be more continuity and, like you say, get everything
It
lined
does
up.
make sense.
That's the 7th, isn't it, for January?
Oh,
The first Thursday.
I think it's the 7th. Ugh.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, we can even update them with that as such, and then if something needs to be changed, it can be. They'll just be draft. We'll have a marked draft anyway. Sean McGuire, our new executive director, was tasked with updating these, so I'll have him go back through. He's learning.
All righty. Thank you for that.
You are welcome. Well, and the other piece on that is our RGL has received notification on their funding, so they'll be preparing that contract. So it isn't as long of a wait as Sonia Hoagland, who's the project manager for our RGL for this project. It's not as long as we thought it was going to be, so that's a great thing.
Good.
And we haven't heard yet on the Fairfield CDBG grant either. I'm going to call. I don't know if they're going to try to push them through this month and get them done, or if because of COVID and everyone's still remote working with the state, if they're truly going to have to wait till January to get through some of that. Those were submitted in September.
On that note,
Yes.
with change of administration in Helena, are these federal or state?
It's federal. Federal.
So that shouldn't bother the,
No. Nope. None of the CDBG application requirements change unless they come from the federal side, from HUD. And this is for the grant application when you have applied. So we followed those guidelines. Unless there's some really big thing that changed, and CDBG doesn't change like that very often.
all righty. Anything else on that? I'd just like to comment that it's been a long, drawn-out process on this project, but in my mind, it's a really worthwhile project to get power, a good, reliable source of drinking water primarily.
Yeah, actually at their meeting the other night, there was the whole conversation that someone wanted to hook into the water system and they can't. They don't have the capacity to put anything else in, so any chance for people moving in, anyone putting any industry in, anything like that, isn't possible until this is complete.
Well, and to increase the tax base on that end of the county, it's needed.
Did I cover everything, Mr. President?
Sufficiently.
Alrighty, that takes us down to commission reports. And I see there's hospital district funds listed under that. You wanna address that, Joe?
Yeah, I just thought that we should talk about it because we do have some requests from a couple private groups for funding, and I thought it would be appropriate to get that done sooner rather than later. I went through all the comments. We had 4 comments that were for childcare, 8 for the Fairfield Hall, 26 for the EMS barn in Choteau and healthcare only, and 2 for other equipment. Those were for healthcare equipment as well. I did talk to Joe Coble about using county tax funds for 501(c)(3)s, and he said absolutely not. It was a bad idea, and he didn't think it was legal anyway. Some of the ideas that came up, you know, we have had some concerns about spending money in the Fairfield area to keep it equitable. And the existing ambulance barn in Fairfield has a loan. We could pay that off. And they need work done on their drainage system, work done on their parking lot. So there are a few things that we can do in the Fairfield area, and I think that we should look into that when we get to that point. But I just wanted to let the word out that we will not be giving money to 501(c)(3)s. It's not legal, in Joe's opinion.
Okay, thank you,
Mr. Chair.
boss.
And I'm not sitting there disputing what Joe's opinion is, but I checked with Mako and had their legal team look into it, and there is, according to them, historical references where county governments have given assets to private community, or not private, but community entities.
Tax dollars?
Yep. Yep. And so I guess I'd like to have the opportunity to have a little more research done and talk to Joe a little bit to see what statute he's working on, because I don't want to dispute him unless I know exactly what he's looking at. And I say that on behalf of the Fairfield area, but I think we need to be real clear on any historical precedents that have been set by county or city governments, but in this case county, to see if it's entirely historically been had its precedent. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, because yeah, we gotta rely on the county attorney till we're told otherwise.
Understood.
Alrighty, and I would just, being this is my last meeting,
You'll be here on the 29th.
or yeah. But I'd just like to acknowledge the health department again. You know, they're kind of some for the last year, they're kind of some unsung heroes. We got some good people hired in the health department, and they're doing their damnedest to keep the county as safe as they can. And I just don't think they get enough credit. Alrighty. Anybody else have any commissioner report?
No, just to name him to hear comments on the health departments.
Yep.
Public comment.
I would like to say thank you to Jim. It's not very often that when you have a board member, they actually know all of the acronyms for economic development and use them correctly. And in my time at Sweetgrass Development, Jim has. He's been the only one at a couple public meetings that we've had once in a while. And I know you're not having a reception, so we got you a little cake, and there are cupcakes for county people and things like that come in today. Don't joke your eyes at me. Truly, you will be missed. I don't think you understand how much. So, thank you, Mr. Hodgskiss.
Well, thank you for that. I tried my best.
I mean, seriously, no one knows what the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy stands for on our SEDS, and he does. So, it's a big deal.
I got a cheat sheet.
So thank you, since we can't have a party.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, thank you.
I'll miss you, Jim. You went from school board to this, so I've been covering you for a long time.
And that's it, going no higher.
So thank you for your service.
Well,
And thank all three of you commissioners for having your health departments back. It means a lot to them to have the support that they receive from you, especially when you compare their situation to the situation of multiple health departments across the state where the county commissioners do not support the measures that county health is taking. And so I think you three are all to be commended for supporting the health department and helping them do their damnedest to keep the county as safe as we can.
very well. Thank you for that. If there's nothing else, we stand adjourned till the 29th December.
And you have cake?
That must be what Sarah, the other